Hello there, my beautiful Leos, and welcome to or welcome back to your channel. This is your weekend reading for this weekend of May 15th to the 18th / new moon in Taurus reading that we also have this weekend. Check your birth chart to see where you have any Taurus or second house energy to see how this new moon will directly impact your energy. According to your astrology blueprint, we're going to look into Leo collective as a whole. And let's see what's going on. This is your moon affirmation card. This is the artwork on it. A flock of birds and two people standing there hugging, it shows. And it says, I choose to nourish myself and enrich my life. All right, so that's very Taurus vibration right there. So this affirmation is indicating of you filling into your own cup. You spending time creating your life, yourself, nourishing yourself, nurturing yourself. That is extremely strong Empress energy, which does rule Taurus and Libra. So I would definitely pay attention to any way, shape, or form that you could fill your cup, where you can make your life richer, where you can make your life happier and more stable. This new moon in Taurus this weekend is going to assist you in doing so. So let's see what number you got for the weekend and this new moon. And your number is 0 with I am limitless. There is no beginning and no end. All is infinite. It is time to develop your spiritual side. You are gaining new sight and understanding of both godly and earthly things. All right. Now, some of you may be born on a date that holds a 0, right? The 10th, the 30th, the 20th. Doesn't have to be. It's just the energy. Pay attention to the number zeros where you see them. License plates, billboards, social media. There could be like a context clue in where you see the number. So pay attention to the surrounding signs that are around when you see the zeros. Coming in with I am limitless. So zeros is a starting from scratch energy. 0 would kind of be I would say like an invisible like energy, because it doesn't necessarily get added or subtracted from anything. It's just 0. So understanding that there is no beginning and no end, everything is infinite, and understanding that that means that you yourself are also infinite and also limitless. So let's see what angel is supporting you this weekend. You have change and transition with Archangel Azrael. Thank you, Azrael, for leading me safely through this change. So this new moon in Taurus is going to bring about a change in your world. You know, this person has a phoenix tattooed on their chest. Some of you have a phoenix tattoo, or you will come across somebody who has one. Doesn't necessarily have to be, but phoenix energy would be rising from the ashes, transforming, going through a transformation. So you are going through some type of change around this time, or this new moon in Taurus will bring about some type of shift. And Archangel Azrael is coming through saying that they are guiding you through this transformation. I want to say more internal transformation. You know, there could be an outward change that is happening, but I feel more of an internal transformation with this. But, you know, Taurus does rule the second house, so there could be a transformation or change that could be happening for you that is involved with like finance, career, money. Your Moonology card for the weekend is third quarter moon with adjustments are required. And that's exactly what this new moon in Taurus is going to bring. So where there has been needing a change is exactly what's going to happen here. Whatever adjustments or whatever shifts that you have been putting off, or that you have just been saying not right now, the new moon in Taurus is going to bring this energy to a peak and say, well, these things have to shift. So the shift is going to be created. Now, there could be a shift that's an adjustment that's required in your own belief system about, you know, spirituality, manifestation, your thoughts, your energy. You know, sometimes, you know, you're a fixed energy, Leo. Fixed signs aren't really that open to change that much. And, you know, this new moon is happening in Taurus, who is also a fellow fixed sign. So all fixed signs are going to feel this energy a little bit more than others. So I definitely do feel like there is this vibration of an adjustment, a change, a shift that has been needing to happen, finally happening for you to become more limitless, for you to become more infinite, for you to really gain new insight and new understanding and step into better belief systems for yourself. So the unicorn that's with you is manifestation. There you go, card number 19. Focus on a vision beyond yourself and your unicorn will help you. So Leo, this is very interesting because your daily a couple days ago was about manifestation. I felt like it was coming in very quick. And now your weekend reading, you have the unicorn of manifestation. So this week in general, manifestation is taking form in your life for sure. But you cannot bring old, outdated belief systems into this new manifestation. It requires new energy from you. It requires an energy from you that maybe you have not ever executed yet. And this energy is asking for you to bring new vibration into this manifestation that this new moon in Taurus is delivering to you. So let's see what this is all about and open up your spread with some tarot. But you have definitely something taking form for you in your reality. And you know, Taurus does rule the second house. Taurus is also an earth sign, which would give that indication of a physical manifestation. And I really do feel like for a lot of you, especially with the cards you have following this unicorn, I can just keep hearing you can't bring the old self with you to the new reality. The new reality and the new manifestation requires that new level of self. And that definitely could be the adjustment that's required. So let's see what we have in your overall energy from the tarot. For the weekend and this new moon, you have listen with the High Priestess. So there's that energy of amplifying your spiritual side. So your higher self is coming in very strongly for you around this time. You know, the High Priestess is also that energy of having the wisdom and having the knowledge to create, having the wisdom and the knowledge, knowing when to listen, when to speak, when to give, when to receive, when to open up, when to close down, when to come forward, and when to detach. So you're coming in with very strong spiritual knowledge around this time. And I feel like with the High Priestess coming in and you having all this energy, you know, the High Priestess can sense things. So I feel like you sensed this manifestation coming through here for you. So let's clarify the High Priestess and open up your spread. Leo. There is something about this new moon that requires listening on a collective level, because I usually do your readings first, but I actually ended up doing Pisces new moon reading for this energy first. And they got the listening unicorn. And you got the High Priestess from the big deck that says listen. So there's something about like observing and listening before doing, before speaking, before action. Let's see, on the High Priestess, we have the Knight of Swords. What's coming your way? The Six of Wands. Beautiful. A win, attention, recognition. Your influence is the King of Pentacles. So there could be an adjustment of how you spend your money that could be needed as well. How you ground your energy. How you are, you know, there could be a potential of slight overindulgence. Taurus energy could bring that about sometimes. Your unexpected energy is the Page of Wands. So you have good news coming in. And the High Priestess is clarified by the Knight of Swords, indicating that you did feel like something was coming in. You sensed this energy. But there it is. It requires you to cut out belief systems mentally. Knight of Swords is swords. That's a mental energy that do not serve this win, that do not serve this victory and this recognition. Your advice is the Five of Swords. So let go of what doesn't serve you. There it is. It's more mental here as well. And your outcome is the Two of Pentacles. So it looks like this win, this good news comes in, but you don't really know exactly what to do with it, which is probably exactly why you have this adjustments are required, because it looks like you have some good energy coming in, but a part of you wants to say it could be too good to be true. A part of you wants to add fear to it. A part of you is kind of like, are we sure this is really happening to me? Are we sure I really deserve this? And the universe is kind of like, yes, you do deserve this win. You do deserve this victory. You do deserve this recognition. So let's clarify this here. On the Six of Wands, we have the Knight of Cups. Could be love coming in. Knight of Wands could be multiple people. And the Eight of Pentacles. So you have people coming in that want to put effort into you. They want to put effort into courting you. They want to put effort into being closer to you. Building or strengthening a bond, maybe on a platonic level. But there are people coming your way that are making you feel seen, that are making you feel heard, and they want to put effort into the connection. But you have the King of Pentacles in your position, which shows that you're putting effort into you. So some of you, you may have to look up at this, look up at these people. Eight of Pentacles to the Devil and the King of Swords. So yeah, your energy does look withdrawn to a degree. But you know, Leo, especially energies that have Leo in their chart ruled by the sun, when you withdraw, sometimes that actually creates more of a magnetism. So I feel like your energy is slightly withdrawn, maybe towards love, maybe towards specific people, or like whatever the case may be. But your energy is definitely being called onto by others, called onto this energy. It's kind of like wanting you to come out of that withdrawal energy. But people want to put effort into you. Do you want to put effort back into them would be the question. On the King of Pentacles, if your influence is the Knight of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, the Three of Swords, the Nine of Cups. So there is healing to a situation where you were anticipating pain. You know, the Six of Wands is an energy that's coming out of winning a war, right? So some of you felt like you were going through it, felt like you were going through it mentally, maybe felt like you were going through it emotionally, but your energy is moving into more of an easy energy where you're not feeling so much in pain. You're not feeling so trapped by your thoughts and old belief systems. And you are in a position of reaping some type of reward. I feel like there is some type of reward with this new moon in Taurus for you, because I saw it in the last reading, and now the transition to this reading is showing me similar movement, even though there are certain things that are different here. Page of Wands of what's coming your way with the Fool, the Nine of Swords, the Death card. There's that transformation to your overthinking. The Six of Swords with the healing. The Five of Swords, geez. The Four of Pentacles and the Five of Cups. Huh. Well, this is probably exactly what is required of you not to bring into the new manifestation. So as good news comes your way, for some reason there is this, how long is this going to last? Or is this really happening? Or is this just being said? I don't know. There's something here where you're anticipating, all right, the Tower, the Empress, and the Three of Cups. I don't know what you're expecting to go way worse than it actually will. But it does look like you could very much be surprised by something that you were anticipating to not really go that well. There's a lot of stress and fear of disappointment here. Let's see. On the Five of Swords in your advice, we have the Hanged Man, the Moon, and the Ten of Swords. So you're advised to look at this from a different perspective. Look at this from a perspective of positivity. And I really feel like that's the adjustment that's required. I don't know what you're anticipating to be negative, or what you're anticipating to not go in your favor, or what you're anticipating to lose or not receive. But the universe, your spirit team, your passed on loved ones, whomever, they're really guiding such a strong energy here of you must adjust the way you're thinking about this. Because what you're expecting on a negative level doesn't actually look like what you're receiving in the physical. Two of Pentacles in your outcome with the Judgment card, the Seven of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, and the Star. So you will see. There could be a slight waiting period towards it, but you will see that it will move forward for you. So I feel like for some of you, there could be something that's going on and you anticipate having no money. There could be something going on where you anticipate like having no energy. There's an anticipation of not having something here, where you will be guided to turn away from that thought process. On the Star, the Seven of Cups, and the Ace of Cups. So with the Ace of Cups being the last card coming through here, I'm not sure if you felt like you weren't going to hold on to a sense of self. You weren't good. It's something that you're holding on to that you feel like if you let go of for a second, you'll totally lose it. But that's like not the case here. Could be focusing on this manifestation. But there is a victory coming your way. And there are people or specific people that want to put effort and give you their love where you may have been anticipating no effort, no love being given. And just, it's like almost anticipating a bad day and then the day ends up actually being good. Like there's something going on here where there is, you know, you do have, where's Judgment? It came on your outcome. You could be moving into an experience or having something planned or doing something that you anticipating it going how a different experience went. Like, for example, if there's love here, or if there's some type of plan or some type of event or some type of opportunity that comes your way, it seems familiar to something you've done in the past with Judgment coming through. But this whole reading is kind of giving, well, why does it have to be the same story of the past? Why can't it be rewritten? Why can't the story adjust? Why can't the story change? Just because you had a bad time at this job doesn't mean you'll have a bad time at the new job. Just because you had a bad time in, I don't know, 2002 doesn't mean you'll have a bad time in 2026. But it does show that it's familiar. It almost feels like there's like PTSD. I'm going to give you like a random ass example, just so you can understand the energy that I feel. So you've been single for a while. You haven't been opening up to love. You've been very withdrawn towards love. You meet somebody. It feels good, but you're still thinking the old belief system. Well, the last time I opened up, or the last time this happened, or the last time I gave love a chance, it disappointed me. It broke my heart. It's like there's some type of slightly repeated experience that could have to do with a totally new energy or totally new vibration of energy. And that's what your guides are trying to tell you, is that it is a totally different and new vibration. The story can be adjusted. The story can be rewritten. And that is exactly what's happening here. So this could feel familiar, or this could bring up a slight trigger of something. But it ultimately is going to bring you victory and end up being better than you anticipated. And I feel like a part of you kind of does know that too. With the High Priestess coming in. I feel like a part of you knows, I got to stop thinking this way. I got to stop worrying about this. I got to stop letting that experience dictate how I feel towards this experience or this person or this win or this recognition. You know, maybe at one point in time, you did win something and you didn't actually get it, or you didn't actually receive it, or it was a scam, or it was this, or it was that, or, you know, like whatever the case may be. But it's showing that this time is different. This time is going to show you the difference, and it's going to show you a much more positive manifestation. And you are required to change the way you're perceiving it. So this is what I have here for you, Leo. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. If it doesn't make sense right now, come back at the end of the weekend or whatever the case may be. See if it reflected anything that you went through or felt. But in terms of zodiac signs in this spread, for your weekend / Taurus new moon reading, you do have Scorpio, you do have Taurus, you do have Libra, you have Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, and Virgo. So let's see what your ending oracle is from the Starseed Oracle here, because I could spend more time trying to figure this out, but I feel like with what I'm feeling internally is that the main message is out, and it'll probably be something that is very specific and very detail-oriented depending on who you are and what you're going through. But your ending oracle is Star Ancestors. Hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. Yep, and you have the High Priestess. So your spiritual energy is on 100. For sure. All right, there are pyramids in that car. Some of you do feel maybe a connection to Egypt, or some of you maybe have been looking up some Egyptian things. Okay, the Star Ancestors. The ancients knew much more than we do about our connection with the stars. There are pyramids, temples, and other places of worship created in precise alignment with the stars exist in all corners of the world. What if this ancient wisdom is available for you to uncover now? The High Priestess, absolutely. You're being called to think and listen, there you go, with your ancient heart and soul, to tap into the part of you that remembers and knows. All ancient secrets are whispered forever in our ears. All mystic knowing blooms in your heart. All potent power pumps through your veins. You're being invited to step into your ancient knowingness, to be held by rememberings of star ancestors, to look a little deeper. If you're feeling stuck, you're being called to... Oh my God! Y'all, listen to this sentence. If you're feeling stuck, you're being called to do something different and to change your point of view. This is what the whole reading was about. Creativity happens when we put together two things that don't belong. When we do the unexpected. So often a creative solution is right in front of us, but because we think the same thoughts and act the same way, we miss what's in the open. I'm freaking out over here. All right, you're here to remember and uncover ancient truths and transmissions, technology and wisdom that are so needed on the planet right now, to unlock your soul's memories of a time when we lived in harmony on Earth and one day will again. That was creepy. That was crazy. So all that is required of your adjustment is to change your point of view. Change the way you are looking at this and respond, react differently. And that makes so much sense of what I felt with that judgment energy. I'm like, I feel like it could be a familiar situation of yours that is coming about and being manifested on a different level of vibration. And that is going to require you to handle it differently and to look at it differently, because it is different. Just because it brings about a familiar feeling in your body doesn't mean it's exactly the same of what you may have once went through. So this is what I have here for you, Leo, for the weekend and this new moon in Taurus. Thank you for being here and for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't lose your channel. And I'll talk to all of y'all very, very soon. Bye now.